What's up, young world? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, man. And as always, I greet y'all in the name. You understand what I'm saying? But I'll hop right into this, young you dig, okay? Now, the first thing that I want to get most of you people, not the ones who believe in Jesus Christ, and the Bible. I'm talking about the ones who always have some type of explanation of Jesus being just a man, just a prophet. The crazy thing about that one is Muhammad is a prophet. If Jesus is a prophet just like Muhammad is, why is his name the most hated above all names? Ain't nobody answered that question for me yet. Better yet, how is it that y'all know everything about this Christianity thing, this Jesus Christ thing, but y'all can't even answer me simple questions? I have yet to talk to anybody who has successfully explained what I'm about to say. Y'all know everything. Where do love come from? How do you know if you're in love or you're lusting? Both of these things fall into the same category. Nobody can explain these emotions. Hate, jealousy. Nobody explains where that comes from or nothing. Better yet, I have put videos up showing dark entities, things that I've explained, but nobody can explain. You can see that this thing is real, no CGI, no nothing. Yet, nobody can explain this thing to me. I have yet. Anybody who feel like they can come challenge what I'm saying right now, feel free. I would love for you to leave, comment, give me something to think about or study on. You understand? So with that being said, I'm gonna hop into this video, man. This is called The Hills Were Alive. Matter of fact, before I get into this, I'm gonna explain something to y'all. People are so simple-minded, they could believe anything, whatever their mind tells them to. That right there alone should let you know how powerful the mind is. They give you examples of things like Turtle Island. Oh, they call it Turtle Island because it's shaped like a turtle. Duh, you idiot. Where do you think that came from? I'm gonna give y'all an explanation before I hop into this video, man. When God flooded the world, okay? Now, if you want to know if this is the truth, I'm gonna give you one or two ways to do so. If you know the living God, how you say you know the living God, then you can go to him and ask him about what anybody, including me, is saying, and he gonna confirm it, yay or nay. Or you can stop being lazy and actually do some studying and learn something. God flooded the world, and he flooded it because it was way out of control. You understand what I'm saying? Satan had mixed hybrids, which was man and fallen angel. Okay. Now I'm skipping through this because I really don't have the time to break it down, in increments, second increments for you. So I'm kind of just giving it to you in a nutshell. Satan was kicked out of heaven. Okay. Satan took a certain amount of angels with him. You say, okay, well, how did he do that if he's just an angel and God is da 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 and all this? Okay. God did not give Satan everything. Okay. He allowed him to develop this mindset, which was pride, and allow him to do things in heaven, for a certain amount of time before Michael and the archangels, which is some of God's top angels, kicked them out of heaven. Now, he didn't just kick them all out. He actually gave the ones who was even following Satan in heaven, while he was doing all this crazy stuff and this stuff that offended God, he actually gave them the opportunity. But Satan being so crafty, Satan being so crafty, he was able to get these fallen angels, the ones who walked out of heaven with him, to believe that he was more stronger than God and he can set up a better kingdom than God. Because in their eyes, they looked at it like he got to be on to something if God is allowing him to do this right in the kingdom of heaven. So he's the author of confusion, in case most of you people don't know. They were kicked out of heaven. Satan knows what he left, and he knows, human minds can't even fathom it. So he don't want human beings to be able to get into where he was kicked out of for eternity. Okay? When Satan was kicked out of heaven, he was basically rocketed. He was catapulted to the earth. Okay? So he was able to activate and maneuver from earth all through to like the third heaven or something until God stopped that. But he was able to do this, go back and forth. Okay? When he came down here, he noticed the women of the earth, and one of the angels, not even this, where people got a lot of things twisted too. Satan wasn't even the one to say this. It was one of the angels who was kicked out of heaven with him. They looked upon the earth and they seen that the women of the earth was fair, and they came down and they went into man. Now, I mean into woman, excuse me. Let me stop right there and say this. When I say it wasn't even Satan's idea, it was one of the fallen angels. They actually had a meeting. Satan tells them, look, you going you doing something else now. You going into another direction than even what I was when I was just doing in heaven. And if when the consequence come, it's gonna fall on me. So they said, let's make a pact right now that whatever happens, we all gonna face this reality. We all gonna. So they made a pact. All the fallen angels that left with Satan and Satan. So they came down and went into the daughters of man, thus procreating these giants because they have human being and they have angelic. Okay, so now you got how the giant people came. Okay, they went from eating and tearing up all the resources of the earth to just, we want to eat the men now. So now that now they starting to eat the men's. So they was just going crazy on the earth. God had to put this thing to a stop. So what he did was, this is where the rain came from with Noah. He flooded them. If you notice statues where you see people just like women with babies, these is real statues. When God entered the world, it wasn't just a flood. The floodgates from the bottom of the earth, from the bottom of the ocean opened up, and it also rained. On top of that, it was raining brimstone and fire. Okay, so it wasn't just a flood. It was all these different things. Thus, if you look at the mountains, they actually have faces because these was actual beings. They was okay, I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean by frozen in that state. When the angels came to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah and they took Lot and his family out, they had instructions for Lot and his family. One of those instructions was, do not look back at the city once you leave. Fast forward, Lot, his wife, his two daughters, they was running from the city because the angels began to destroy the city. The two angels of God began to destroy the city because Sodom and Gomorrah was crazy, but these days are crazier than Sodom and Gomorrah. They had all this homosexuality stuff going on, and it's just crazy. You got to read up on it. Anyhow, I use that example to tell you, as Lot and his wife was running away, his wife looked back, and what happened? She became a pillar of salt. This is the same thing that happened, not the whole they was destroying a certain place and the angels looked back, but in a sense of the pillar of salt. They was hit. As soon as they was hit, they was frozen in that state, whatever they was doing. Thus, the waters began to rise. The waters began to rise. The waters began to rise. Now, remember when Noah was on a boat, he was trying to figure out what the conditions was outside. So he sent the dove out. Remember how he knew that the waters had subsided was the last time he sent the dove out, it didn't come back. Now, remember, these giants was here before it started flooding, right? So once these waters subsided, what do you have? Mountains. Now, let me show you guys something. I had to break that story down for you real quick so you can understand something, man. Y'all need to really get up in this, man, because I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me say this before I push play. You're going to blink, and before you know it, you're not going to have no time to do nothing but what you're forced to do. Think about that one. Okay, this called The Rocks Were Alive. Let me get my face out there, all out the camera. I just want to show y'all this real quick. You can't really see it. You got the date. It's called The Rocks Were Alive. And you can go check this out for yourself, man. Just so you can get a clear view on it. But I see the reflection, y'all. I'm trying to get mountains right now, though. I ain't trying to look pretty. So go look at pictures of mountains, and you'll get what I'm saying. The rocks were alive, people. They were alive. Go check it out for yourself, man. Y'all stay blessed, man, and stay safe, man. And always, man, in Jesus' most precious name, man. One.